Ruth Ntlokotse is fighting to stay at the helm of Trade Union Federation SAFTU as the president and also a member of NUMSA, as she believes the courts are the main recourse that can reverse NUMSA's decision to expel her. She approached the High Court on an urgent basis in a matter that the Federation says would have given clarity on her position, this within the leadership of SAFTU.
The implication of the expulsion is that because the constitution of SAFTU does not permit anyone who's not a member of any affiliate to become a president, therefore the expulsion has direct implication on her presidency or on her continued role as a president of the federation. The NEC deliberated on this over the 3 days from Monday, the 21st, until yesterday, the 23rd. And in that, a resolution emerged that they are going to have to hear first what is the court's decision. If the court is affirming the expulsion, then the NEC will then implement that particular provision of the constitution to remove her as a president. And on the contrary, if the courts then revoke and overturn that particular expulsion, then she will, of course, continue to be the president.
Ntlokotse was found guilty by NUMSA in May on 3 counts of misconduct, including gross insubordination for failing to return work valuables, violating the principles of democratic centralism, and undermining organizational discipline. She was also charged for allegedly sowing dissent and division in the union in a matter that NUMSA believes it was well within its right to expel her.
Ruth rushed to the High Court in an attempt to get her expulsion set aside. She wanted an urgent court application. Unfortunately for her, the court dismissed the application on the basis of urgency with costs. As NUMSA, we believe that we are once again vindicated by the courts. We welcome this decision. We view the urgency application by the former member of NUMSA as frivolous.
SAFTU held a National Executive Committee meeting this week, which saw some unions walk out as they refused to be addressed by Ntlokotse, whom they say was no longer a member of NUMSA and should therefore relinquish her position as the president of SAFTU. One of them is the Municipal and Allied Trade Union of South Africa, MATUSA, that wants Ntlokotse to step aside while the courts look into her matter.
The NEC tells us, no. The matter is sub judice, there's a court process, there's all of these processes. Comrade, we cannot want to wait for a court to tell us when and when not to implement our constitution. Our constitution is clear. Because then, for what good reason do we have a constitution? Because then we must add a clause in the constitution that says, in future, we need to consult the courts if we want to carry out the requirements of the constitution, and that cannot be.
SAFTU says it will seek legal action on the matter on how to move forward, as the federation was also cited as a respondent, but also says Ntlokotse remains their president. Gauteng Division, SABC News, Johannesburg.